let's do it. Okay, so let me check whether I record already. Okay, yes, I did. Okay, so the first 4 terms of a sequence are 7, 12, 17, and 22. This time is very straightforward because you can see that the pattern is plus 5, and plus 5. So whenever you see that it is a simple sequence, you can straight away know what's the Tn formula. Okay, so I'm going to just find my Tn formula. Okay, the pattern, it's first term, so my first term will be 7. Okay, then after that the pattern, so pattern is plus 5. And then after that, this is fixed, n minus 1. Okay, so remember this is first term, and this is the pattern. Okay, pattern. So the pattern not necessarily must be positive. If let's say you have a pattern whereby it's like minus 5, minus 5, minus 5, then this you can just put minus 5. Okay, so this n minus 1, this is fixed. Okay, this is fixed. So with this, we can simplify. With this, you can simplify. Okay, so it's equals rainbow. We're going to do our rainbow. So we will have 7 plus 5m minus 5. So we have 5m plus 2. So we make a check. Okay, let's check. So this is Tn formula. So that means if it's the pattern 1, 5 times 1 plus 2, which is 7, which is the first term, which is correct. If it's 5 times 2, which is the second term, plus 2, yes, I also get 12. So if it's the third term, 17, also good. Test up to 4 terms, and I also get 22. So that means I can know that this is also one way to check that I never make any mistake. You understand? Okay, so then after that, with this, they ask to find the 6th term. Very easy. So it means T6 means it's 5 times 6 plus 2. So it's 30 plus 2, so you get 32. Done. Very straightforward. So part B, okay, usually my part B, I already found it first before, because usually T6, some students, when they find the 6th term, what they do is they plus 5, they find the 6th term. Okay, but for me is I always find my Tn first, and I sub T6. Okay, so now actually part B, we already got it at front part, so you just repeat and say Tn is equals to 5m plus 2. Okay, next. They always like to ask this popular question. They will ask, okay, explain why 200 is not a term of this sequence. So since we already have this formula, all I need to do is just assuming, okay, I want to find which term is 200. So I will do 5m plus 2 equals to 200. And I want to find the corresponding n. So solve this linear equation. So it's 5n equals to 198. My n will be equals to 39.6. And you know that that's not possible to have 39.6 term. It must be an integer. So you will say, since n is not an integer, okay, we will say that 200 is not a term in this sequence. Right? Yes, okay, so this is, ta-da! This is simple number pattern. So let's move on to the next question. Pattern will be positive. No, you don't need. Just mention integer can already. Tn, the n will not be negative. It starts from 1. It's like term 1, n equals to 1. Term 2, n equals to 2. It's not possible to be negative. So as long as you mention that it's not an integer, it's good enough. Okay? Okay, question 2. They say coins are used to form a series of figures. Okay, so these are the coins. So they say draw figure 4 in the answer space below. Okay, so this is figure 3. So by looking at a pattern, okay, part A, you can see that figure 1, okay, you see the corner, it has 1, 1, 1, 1. Figure 2, the corner has 2, 2, 2, 2. Figure 3, the 4 corners, 3, 3, 3, 3. And in the middle is always 1 dot, right? So in this case, I know my figure 4 will have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 corner, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 in the middle. Okay? Next, they say without drawing more figures, they want you to write down the figure of the value of P in the following table. So over here, number of coins is 5, 9, 13, 17. So they want you to find out what is this. Okay, so again, let's take a look at the numbers. 5, 9, 13. So this one again, very straightforward. It is always adding 4, right? So it's plus 4, plus 4. When it's plus 4, that means again it's a straightforward formula. Straight away, I find my Tn. So my Tn first term is 5, so just put 5. And my pattern is plus 4, and the fixed n minus 1. Okay, then after that, simplify it. So 5 plus rainbow, 4n minus 4. And we will have 4n plus 1. And just to double check, usually I just test with the T4. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16. 16 plus 1 is 17, which is we are correct. Okay, so now they want to find for the P. P is T5, means n is equals to 5. So I will just find T5. 4, 5 plus 1, so it's 21 answer. So you will say P is, therefore P is equals to 21. Okay, next. By considering the number pattern in in B, write down an expression for the number of coin needed for figure N. Again, C part 1 I already solved. So I write it here. So my C part 1, my Tn is equals to 4m plus 1. Done. Okay, now the number of coins needed to form figure 35. Easy already. Once you have the formula already, you just sub in n is equals to 35. So my part 2, I just do T35. So it's 4 times 35 plus 1. Okay, so 4 times 35 plus 1. And that will give us 141. And that's it. Done. Okay. So this one again is the simple one. Simple one. Okay, let's move on to question 3. Okay, this one, many students will get stuck because they wonder 7, unknown 19, C. Then they say find the values of A, B, and C. Okay, read the first sentence. They say each term in this sequence is formed by adding the same number. So this is the key, adding the same number. So what I'm going to do is, I will say this is plus x, which I don't know what is it. This one also plus x, this one also plus x, this one also plus x, correct? Because it's the same number, okay? Same number. So the trick is, so you see, I plus x, I plus x, I plus x is become 19. So do you agree that 7 plus x plus x plus x is equals to 19? Means 7 plus 3x is equals to 19. Agree? So now it becomes 3x equals to 19 minus 7. So 3x equals to 12. So I know my x is 4. So I know that actually it's just plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Understand? So with this, I can find my A. My A will be just 7 plus 4. So it's 11. My B is take 11 plus 4 again. That gives me 15. Then my C is after the 19. So the C is 19 plus 4. So it's 23. So we are done with A, B, C. Okay. Next, they say write down an expression in terms of n for the n term. So by now you should know. Okay, this one is a fixed pattern plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and I will be able to find my n term. So B, my n term will be first term 7, pattern plus 4, fixed n minus 1. Okay, then again simplify this. Rainbow. So I have 7 plus 4m minus 4, 4m plus 3. Double check. So let's test my T4. So it will be 4 times 4. 4 times 4 plus 3. Ta-da! 19. Right? So this is just to double confirm that my Tn is correct. That's for part B. Then next, they ask me to find 25th term. Once I have my Tn, you ask me to find 1000 term, I also no issue. Just sub in only, correct? So C, T25. It will be 4 times 25 plus 3, which is 103. And you are done. Ta-da! So, I believe students usually start at the first part because they see that there's 2 unknown, they don't know how to find it. Okay, so this is how you do this particular question. All good? Okay, so let's move on to the next question, number 4. Ta-da! Okay, fraction. Okay, they say write down the next 2 terms in the sequence. Then you will wonder, how? Okay, let's see. Okay, I can see that it is reducing. So we see whether is it subtracting a fixed number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 20 minus 16.5. Okay, half usually I just key in 0.5. Easier than just key half. So I will get 3.5. So should be minus 3.5. So we test for the next pattern. So 16.5. If I minus 3.5, yes, I also get 13. So it is actually minus 3.5. Minus 3.5 again, yes, also 9.5. Minus 3.5 again, yes, 6. So we can confirm that the pattern is subtract 3.5. Take note, this is not plus, this is minus. Remember I tell you the minus can be plus, can be minus, doesn't matter. So now you already know how to find the they asked me to find the next 2 terms, right? So this one I can actually just find by, after 6, I just minus 3.5. So my T5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My T6 will be 2.5. My T7, take this one minus 3.5 is negative. No worry, it is true that it's negative. Okay? So the next 2 terms that they ask for this sequence is these 2 numbers. Okay? Now Tn easy. Tn. By now you should know what is it. Okay? So what should be the pattern? Come, you tell me the formula. Okay? You tell me whether you know and learn. I've gone through the number, the formula quite already 3 times. So by now you should know how to form the formula. What's the first number should I write? What's the first number? Anyone? Wow. Yeah, 20. First term, good. So 20. Yes, Ash. Okay. So how about the pattern? Okay, the pattern you can write it in improper fraction, or you want to put it in decimal also can. So this time round is subtract. Just now the previous 3 question, our pattern is always plus, 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 right? So this time round is subtract. So you can put minus 3.5, and then after that fix m minus 1. So we always simplify it. So this one times this one, this one times this one. So 20 minus 3.5n plus 3.5. So for this case, 20 plus 3.5 is 23.5 minus 3.5n. Again, let's do a double check. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, fifth term. So let's try with the fifth term. 23.5 minus 3.55. Yes, we get a 6. Right? So we are correct. So you want to put it in this form also can. Okay, you want to put it in improper fraction also can. 23.5 is this one. So you can put either this or 47 over 2 minus 7 over 2n. Also can. Okay, they are the same value. It's just that one is in decimal, one is in improper fraction. Okay, so we are done with this question. So let's do one more question for simple, and we will go to the further number pattern. This is slightly up a little bit level because we have actually 2 columns. Okay, we have 1 cube, 2 cube, 3 cube, plus 3, plus 6, plus 9. This type, okay, it will not be same like the first 4 question. First 4 question very straightforward. It's just first term, the pattern, and then after that m minus 1. So this one, you have to look at the sequence. Let's look at the sequence. So you can already see the first row. Look at the first row. It is consecutive. 1, 2, 3, right? The power is fixed. So when they ask you to find the T4, by looking at the pattern, T4, I already know my first row, it will be 4 to the power of 3. Okay? Now, the second column, it is 3, 6, 9. So if you can see the pattern, actually this is multiple of 3. Multiple of 3. So this number is 3 times 1. This number is 3 times 2. This number is 3 times 3. So it means that the so-called formula, and we know that next one will be 4 times 3, agree? So the next one we know that it will be 4 times 3. So it will be 4 to the power of 3 is 64 plus 12. So answer is 76. So that is for the A part 1. Next, A part 2. They say ask you to find an expression in terms of n for the Tn. Okay, so don't worry about this number. This simply means is this one equal. Okay, so the pattern is over here. The pattern is the first two columns. So by looking at this, I will say, okay, my Tn. Okay, let's analyze the base. Okay, the base, when this is term 4, the base is 4. The power is fixed at 3. So when it's Tn, that means I know my base will be n, and the power will be fixed at 3. And the second column plus multiple of 3. And let's see whether is it multiple of 3n. Okay, so this is what you check. So over here, if I rewrite here, this is the 3 is actually 3 times 1, 3 times 2, and 3 times 3. So the thing is, the 3 is fixed. So that means this is plus 3, this is fixed. Then there's something inside the bracket that is changing. Okay, there's something inside the bracket that is changing. When it is term 1, yes, correct, well done. The term 1, this is 1. Term 2, this is 2. Term 3, this is 3. So that means inside here is n. So therefore, this formula is n cubed plus 3n. So this is not like the first 4 questions like I mentioned. So this one is you break the pattern into 2 columns and then you just do them separately. Okay, so we're done with part 2. Now part 3, don't worry already because you already have your Tn. So if they ask for T60, it simply means 60 cubed plus 3 times 60. Okay, and we will just get 216180. Done. Okay, now part B. They say that there's a different sequence. There's another sequence now. They say that the first 4 term is 5, 9, 13, and 17. Okay, this one is the simple one, which is plus 4 plus 4, right? So by now, see, they ask you to find in terms of n for the n term. But this time now, you cannot use Tn already. You got to use P because Tn has been reserved for the first pattern. So now we have to use another alphabet. Okay, so okay, I'm going to just write it here. Okay, write it here. So this one is B. So now I know my Pn. This one is the first term, which is 5. The pattern is plus 4. And then this is n minus 1. So rainbow. So we have 5 plus 4m minus 4. So we have 4m plus 1. So my Pn is this. Okay, Pn is this. Okay, now C. C a little C 3 marks. Okay, how do you do the part C? They say by forming an equation in n. Okay, find the values of n for which Tn over Pn is equals to n squared over 4. So you just follow accordingly. Tn, so I just write out Tn over Pn equals to n squared over 4. My Tn was here. So it's n cubed plus 3n. My Pn is here, which is 4m plus 1 equals to n squared over 4. So both sides already single fraction. So after that, what do you do? Just straight away cross multiply. So I see n cubed. Then how? Don't worry, just cross multiply first and then see how it goes. So cross multiply 4 rainbow with n cubed plus 3n. Okay, is equals to n squared rainbow with 4m plus 1. Right? So rainbow, I get 4n cubed plus 12n equals to 4n cubed plus n squared. So throw everything to the left hand side. So I have 4n cubed minus 4n cubed minus n squared plus 12n equals to 0. So just now we were worried that, oh, it's cubic, then what to do, right? But you see, 4n cubed minus 4n cubed actually disappeared. So I ended up only having minus n squared plus 12n equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. But quadratic equation, we try not to solve it when it's negative n squared. So since it's an equation, I can actually times negative 1 throughout. times negative 1 throughout, I will get n squared minus 12n equals to 0. To solve a quadratic equation, you can apply factorization for this case. So I'm going to just take out common factor n. Take out n minus 12 equals to 0. And we will have n equals to 0 or n equals to 12. And we know that n is a natural number. Okay, natural number start from 1. 0 is not part of the natural number. So we will reject the n equals to 0. Okay. Okay, actually no. I don't reject. Because this one they never mentioned that it must be this n. So we just keep our 0. Okay, it's okay. We can just keep our 0. Because, okay, let's see. You see, you cover everything. This is like asking you to solve this equation. So there's no condition. You understand? There's no condition. So I will accept both. Accept both. And we are done. Okay? So a lot of times when the last part of the question actually is just using the expression that you have formed and then form equation and solve them accordingly. Okay, EMath only learn how to solve up to quadratic, so no issues. Okay, solving quadratic equation, you have solving by factorization, or you can use quadratic formula. Okay, even this one you want to use quadratic formula also can, but I feel that it's redundant because this one take a common factor can resolve already. Okay, so we are done with simple. Okay, now let's go to the further. Okay, are you ready for further? Okay, so this one's still a little bit similar to previous, but this time round, just now previous one, the base is 1, 2, 3. That means the base follow the n. Okay, but now if you look at this, my base is fixed at 2. The power is changing 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so by again identifying and studying the pattern, okay, we can already see how I'm going to write our Tn formula. So now it's un. We're going to use un. So I will say un equal. So the base is fixed at 2. Look at the power. When this is 1, the power is 0. When 2, this is 1. So it's always 1 less than n. So this time round, my power will be n minus 1. And this one, if you notice, again, this one, second column is plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So by now, you should know that, okay, so there's I will put plus, then after that, first term, which is 5, pattern is plus 2, n minus 1. Right, so this one, I'm applying the simple sequence formula. This one is by studying the pattern over here. So with this, let's simplify this. Okay, they ask you to find u5. Okay, let me simplify this one first. So this one is 2n minus 1 plus 5 plus 2n minus 2. So it will be 2n minus 1 plus 2n plus 3. Okay, so now let's settle our part A first. They said write down the expression for u5. I already have my u4 here. So u5 is just 2 to the power of 4 plus, and we know this one, the next one is 13. Then this one is just press calculator, 16 plus 13, okay? So you get 29. They ask you to show that it is 29, so you just say shown. Done. Okay? Next, they say write down the expression for u6 and evaluate. Same as the part A. So we just do u6. So it's 2, 5 plus, after 13 is 15. So this is actually 32 plus 15, and that will give us 47. Done. Now part C. Part C, actually we already solved it, which is over here. So I will just say my un is equals to 2m minus 1 plus 2m plus 3. Done. Part D again is easy because I already have my formula. So part D for u20 is just 2 to the power of 19 plus 2 to the power of 20 plus 3. Okay, this one very big, I need to press calculator. So 2 to the power of 19 plus 220. This one, make sure you see, you see the error? I'm still at the power, I haven't come down. So I need to erase 19, I have to come down, come down. Then after that, plus 220 plus 3. So we get 524331. Okay, up to here is still fine. Now the part E is tough. Okay, part E will need to use your Sec 3 knowledge of indices. Okay, Sec 3 knowledge of indices. So let's do it. Part E, Okay, I'm going to write here because later I need a lot of space. So my E part 1. E part 1. They say show that this 2m minus 1 minus 2m plus minus 2 is equals to this. So if they ask you to prove this equals to this, you don't write this one, you don't write this. You only write the left hand side first. Then you go and massage your left hand side and make sure that they become the right hand side. So let's see what we can do. Okay, so I'm going to break this up. Okay, in indices, when our power is minus, actually we are doing divide. So I can rewrite this as 2n over 2 to the power of 1. This is the same thing, 2n over 2 to the power of 2. Because when we divide, we do n minus 1. So this is like working backwards. Then you can see that the denominator, okay, 2n over 2 minus 2n over 4. I want to combine this into a single fraction. Means that I need to change them to base 4. So the left hand side need to times 2, agree? So it becomes 2n minus 2n over 4. Okay, then what do we do? Okay, what we can do is, you can take out, this one is, see, this is 1. This is 1. Okay, I'm going to take out common factor 2 to the power of n. Be careful, this is subtract. This is subtract. So I can only take out 2 to the power of n. I'm left with 2 minus 1 over 4. And 2 minus 1 is just 1. So it becomes 2 to the power of n over 4. You see, they want me to prove to be base 2 only. So what I can do is, I'm going to change my 4 to base 2. So it becomes 2n over 2, which is 2n minus 2. Which is exactly what they asked me to prove. Agree? Shown. Okay, so this is not so straightforward. This is a little bit tough. It's all on your Sec 3 indices law. For A-math students, this should be very manageable. For E-math students, you don't deal with indices most of the time. You only deal with indices when you're doing Sec 3 indices. So a little bit tough for you, but it is used indices law. So next, part 2. They say find and simplify an expression in terms of n for un minus un minus 1. Okay, this is not so straightforward. Okay, un minus un minus 1. So what does that mean? Un, we already have our formula. Where is it here? Here, un. So I'm going to just write exactly the same. 2m minus 1 plus 2m plus 3. Subtract. Okay. So actually this, when we say un minus 1, is just, we're going to use the same thing. Can, no problem. Okay, so you're going to use the same thing, whereby the n now become n minus 1. You see, un is when I use the expression with the n. Un minus 1 simply means that I'm going to replace all the n to become n minus 1. So this becomes 2 n minus 1 minus 1. Okay, I'm replacing the n with n minus 1 plus 2 n minus 1 plus 3. Okay, I'm going to use square bracket because here got round bracket already. I don't like to use too many round bracket because it's very confusing. So if I know there's a round bracket inside, I will use a square bracket here. Okay, so let's simplify first. So I have 2m minus 1 plus 2m plus 3. Okay, this is minus. Later then we settle the minus. So I'm going to just simplify whatever is inside the square bracket first. So it's 2m minus 2 plus 2m minus 2 plus 3. And we still can simplify within the square bracket. So it will be 2m minus 1 plus 2m plus 3 minus 2m minus 2. This is still plus 2n. Here is plus 1 already. Okay, kids. So now I'm ready to open my bracket. So rainbow out. Rainbow, rainbow, and rainbow. So I have 2m minus 1 plus 2m plus 3 minus 2m minus 2 minus 2m minus 1. Okay, see this and this net off each other, so it disappears, correct? It becomes 0. Now I have my number plus 3 minus 1, it is a plus 2. So now I have 2m minus 1 minus 2m minus 2 plus 2. Okay, so if you recognize, see here, this is what we did here. You see that? So previously we already simplified this to become this. So all I need to do is just replace this to this. So that means it's 2m minus 2m plus 2. Done. Okay? So the trick is when they say u with the n minus 1, it's just replacing all the n with n minus 1. So I replace all the n with n minus 1. See n, so n minus 1 minus 1. 2n, so it's 2 times n minus 1. And then after that, all you need to do is just simplify and rainbow. Okay, this is not easy because the manipulation must be very, very, very careful. All good. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, we still haven't. Okay. Now they increase the number of columns. Okay, let's analyze. Okay, first column is just the n, which is 1, 2, 3, nothing much. Fn, 1 times 2, 2 times 3, and 3 times 4. This one quite straightforward because I can already know what's the next one, which is 4 times 5. Correct? So it's still very straightforward. Bn is still fine because if you notice, this is actually minus 2 and minus 2. So this Bn column, I know I can use the first term, pattern, and the n minus 1. Right? And this last column, don't have to worry, 10, 12, 16, how to do it, right? They already show you that Tn is using Fn plus Bn. So you don't have to worry to find a formula for Tn by looking 10, 12, 16. Okay, you only need to find out the pattern or the formula for Fn as well as Bn. Okay? So let's do our part A. They want T6. Okay, so let's do our formula for Fn and Bn. So my Tn is equals to Fn plus Bn. So let's take a look at my Fn. My Fn, first number is 1, 2, 3. Actually follow the n. So it's actually just n multiplied by n plus 1. This is for the Fn, this part. And then after that, this part, Bn, Bn, we will use our front part, the first term, pattern, and then the n minus 1. So we will do Bn, which is our 8 first term. The pattern is minus 2. Yeah. This one be careful, put the square first. Then this is n minus 1. So my green color is my Bn. So now I'm going to use just... Now we're going to open up everything and simplify. Rainbow, n square plus n. This one, I put it inside the square bracket first. Let's simplify the square bracket. So 8 minus 2m plus 2. Now we can simplify. This is plus, so I don't have to worry about this part. So it's n square plus m plus 8 minus 2m plus 2. So we have n square minus n plus 10. Okay. This actually, if you notice, actually is the part D already. Do you see that? They asked me to show that Tn is n square minus m plus 10. I do it advanced. Remember, I always do it in front. So actually, this one is actually our part D already. Our part D. Part A, T6. Again, I'm going to just apply my T6. So T6, very straightforward already. It will be 6 square minus 6 plus 10. So straight away, I know this is 40. So this is my part A answer. Find an expression in terms of n for the n term. We already had it, which is this part. So my part B, my Fn is equals to n square plus n. This part, the red color one. My part C, which is the Bn, which we already have it over here. So it is 10 minus, this part, 10 minus 2n. So it's just 10 minus 2n. Okay, so now they ask me to D I already settled here. E evaluate T65. Okay, for E easy, so T65, I'm going to just use this. So it will be 65 square minus 65 plus 10. And that will give us 4170. Done. Now they ask you, okay, I'm going to do the part F here. They say, explain why every term in the sequence Tn, okay, here, is an even number. Okay. This is not so straightforward. You got to explain step by step. So look at the Fn. My Fn, so we're going to break it up. My Fn is equals to n times m plus 1. So, do you agree? Let's say, for example, if my n is 2, that means 2 times 3, right? If my n is 3, I will have 3 times 4. So, no matter what, it will be 1 odd and 1 even number. Agree? So, that means n times m plus 1, it is a product of an even and odd number. So, this, you will explain that this Fn is product of an even and an odd number, which will result as even number, because anything multiplied by even will give you even number. So my Tn, I have explained that my Fn will be an even number. So now let's take a look at my Bn. Okay, our Bn over here, you can see is here. So my Bn is equals to 10 minus 2n. This 2 is an even, although it's a minus, but it's still even. So your n, okay, your n, regardless whether is it odd or even, after you times 2, it will be even. And the 10 is also even. So my Bn whole thing will be even. You understand? So you will explain, minus 2n is even, adding 10, which is also even, which is also even, will result Bn as even number. So therefore my Tn, even number plus even number, will definitely give you even number. Shown. Okay, so this is how you explain why that my Tn is always an even number. Okay? So So I break them up, analyze them step by step. All good? Okay, so just now as promised, I say that if the pattern it is very random, how are we going to find the formula? Okay, so the next question that I'm going to go through, please make sure that you take out a paper or something like that to write out how I find the formula, because this is very, 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 very useful. Okay, where is it? I can see here. So, now over here, they asked me to, okay, let's take a look. So our figure 1, figure 2, figure 3. So they say the number of the non-vertical line 2, 6, and 12. So this one not very straightforward. Okay, you see, this one plus 4, then suddenly plus 6. Okay? Plus 4, plus 6. Yes, I know that my next number will be plus 8, correct? But after that, if let's say I'm going to ask you for the figure 100, there's no way you're going to plus, plus, plus and find that way, right? So in this case, we have to find a pattern. And this pattern is not the linear kind. So if it's not a linear kind, very random, what you can do is, you can use formula. Okay, let me show you how to do the 3-level formula. Okay, 3-level formula. So I shall give it a name called 3-level method. Okay, 3-level method. So this 3-level method, I need the first 3 numbers of the pattern, which is 2, 6, and 12. Okay, so it will be 2, 6, and 12. This is the first level. First level. Next, 2 to 6, what is the pattern? Plus 4. 6 to 12, plus 6. Okay. Then, this is the second level. Plus 4 plus 6 is your second level. Now, let's go to the third level. 4 to 6, it is a difference of plus 2. So, this is a 3-level method. So, then the 3 numbers that I need is 2, 4, and 2. Okay? Next, we're going to write out that we will write 2a is equals to the third level, which is a 2. So this 2a is fixed. This is fixed. Okay, 2a is fixed. 2a is equals to 2. This number will change according to C, depending on what is your third level. Okay, so then I know, okay, my a is equals to 1. Okay, next. The next fixed one is 3a plus b. Again, this is fixed. This is equals to the second level, which for this case is a positive 4. So I want to solve my b. So I'm going to use the a that I found in here. So it will be 3, 1 plus b equals to 4. So b is equals to 4 minus 3, so it's equals to 1. So my b is equals to 1. So I solve my a, I solve my b. The last one, another fixed one, which is a plus b plus c. This is again another fixed. This is equals to the first term, which is the number 2. 2. So again, I'm going to use my a and my b and find my c. So this is 1 plus 1 plus c equals to 2. So in this case, my c is 0. It's fine. Okay, c is 0. So I solve my a, b, c. So for the Tn formula, okay, for the Tn formula, is in the form of an squared plus bn plus c. So then just fill in the a that you have found. My a was 1, my b was 1, and then c was 0. So when you simplify this, you get n squared plus n. Right? Let's test it. So Tn. This is figure 3, right? So if I'm going to start 3, 3 squared is 9. 9 plus 3, 12. Correct? So I can get it. So if I'm going to do this one plus 6, I know the next one is plus 8, which is 20, right? So if it's a 4, 4 squared is 16. 16 plus 4, 20. You get that? So whenever you get a very random formula, but its limitation up to quadratic only, anything which is cubic and above, you cannot use this method. So you shall use this 3-level method. This is a very helpful method when you see a very random pattern, and then you will use this method. Okay, I hope you all write this down because it's very important. Now, they tell me to find the number of non-vertical lines in figure 4 and figure 5. And since I already have my Tn, so I don't have to worry so much already. So now for part A, I will know that T4, or rather I can call it figure 4. Maybe I write figure 4 lah, figure 4. So just write figure 4. So figure 4, so actually I can just write therefore figure n is equals to n squared plus n. Okay, so figure 4 will be 4 squared plus 4, which is 20. Figure 5 will be 5 squared plus 5, so will be 30. So we solve our figure 4 and our figure 5. Okay, let's move on to B. B said find an expression in terms of n in the form of an squared for the number for we already got it, which is here. We already have it. So just say that B will be n squared plus n. Done. Part C. They say find the number of non-vertical line in figure A56. Okay, I'm not worried about this because I already have the formula. So just write figure 56 is equals to 56 squared plus 56. Okay, so when you press the calculator, you will get 3192. Okay, lastly, again, the popular question, they say, okay, Hardy claims that one of the figure has 243 non-vertical line. Is he correct? Explain your answer. Same thing. Since I already have this, you will say, okay, I'm going to let n squared plus n equals to 243. So let's solve this. N squared plus n minus 243. Okay. When you solve, you can actually apply the quadratic formula, no problem. So I shortcut, I will write. So n equals to 15.09 or n equals to negative 16.09. And there's no integer. So again, popular statement, since n is not an integer, okay, there is no figure with 243 non-vertical line. Then you have to confirm and say that he is incorrect. Okay? So this is how you do this using 3-level method to find out the formula. Okay? Okay, all good. Okay, we're going to do one last question. Okay, so this time round, they increase a little bit of difficulty. This time round, inside this, the first column, and the pattern is 1 times 2, 1 times 2 times 3, 2 times 4 times 5, 3 times 6 times 7. Okay, cannot see the pattern, right? In this case, we're going to break it into column by column. The first column, very straightforward, is just 1, 2, 3. The second column actually is multiple of 2. 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3. And the third column, okay, we know that the pattern is plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So we're going to use our simple formula to settle our third column here. The 640 and 126 is just a result of the first 3 multiplication. Okay, so you don't have to worry about the fourth, the equal. Over here, okay, number of plastic cubes added to the previous day, blah blah blah. So this one, okay, is if you see the pattern, this is like 40 minus 6, I get 34. 126 minus 40, I get 86. So it will be minus the previous number. But not to worry, let's settle and let's take a look at that question first. They say find the total number of plastic cubes in the rectangular block on day 6. Okay, if you want, day 6 is still manageable. You can go, you can do, okay, I don't want, I think it's still far away. I still have to write like 4, 5, and then 6. So I shall analyze our formula. So my Tn, okay, first column is follow the n, so that means it's just writing n. The second one is actually multiple of 2, so I just put times 2n. The third one, we will use our very first simple formula, so we will write time, put a square bracket, first term which is 3, the pattern is plus 2, and then after that don't forget our n minus 1. So actually this is a pattern, then we need to simplify this. So this one multiply, so this is 2n squared. Let's simplify inside the square bracket first. 3 plus 2n minus 2. So keep it first, this is 2n plus 1. So in the end, the formula is 4n cubed plus 2n squared. So now I don't have to worry. They want to get the 6, right? So I just sub in T6, 4, 6 cubed plus 2, 6 squared. And we will get 936. So we are done. That's for part A. Next, they said give a single reason why 2555 could not appear in column A. Okay? Actually, one very obvious thing is you can see that over here the numbers are all even number. Okay? 2555 is odd. So you can just say that it's because it is odd. B. You can just say that 2555 is not an even number. So it definitely cannot appear in column A lah. Okay? Now, they say find x in terms of n. Actually, find x in terms of n, actually we already have it, which is this one. So you just put it in the way that they want it. So you will say, okay, so my x is equals to 4n cubed plus 2n squared. That's it. Okay, although they do it separately, they never combine together. What they did was just 2n times 2n. Then after this one is 2n plus 1. They put it 3 bracket. But for me, I go in rainbow, but it's the same. Okay, so not to worry. It's the same. Last part, they ask, what is the number of plastic cubes that Andy will need to add on from day 30 to day 31? So what I'm going to do is, this is a little bit tricky. So remember, when I want to find here, I have to take this minus this, correct? If I want to find this, I have to take this minus this. So since I want to find out how many I add, I have to find the previous one, okay, and find the 30. So you will go and find part D. You need to find the T30, and you need to go and find T31. So we're going to use our formula over here. So 430 cubed plus 230 squared will give us 109800. T31 will give us 431 cubed plus 231 squared, which will give us 121086. So the number of cubes that I need to add, I just subtract these two numbers. So therefore, just take 121086 minus 109800, and that will give us 11286. Done. Agree? So this is how we solve this number pattern. Okay, all good. Where's the other one? Oh yeah. Okay. So anyway, just hopefully yours screenshot or take note on this 3-level pattern. 3-level method. Okay. So I hope all is clear today and you all really learned something on number pattern today, and when you see number pattern next time, you will not struggle. Right? All good. Any more questions?